again, kind of the general way that we install it. We'll build it with an outside concept and a tagged player who's going to run the option route. And then we'll give him a three-way go, essentially, kind of depending on what the call is, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. We like him, if possible, to take the internal space. We want to, if we can get in there with a drop or a linebacker or a linebacker pressuring, we'll throw the ball inside. If we're stopped or walled off at all, we'll turn out. And if we're bracketed or if there's nowhere for us to go, we'll do the green arrow there and turn in the void. So what I want to do is talk about the three different ways we will have this guy read the route and what we do to make sure we're on the same page with the quarterback. Again, we'll do the same thing to the boundary, and depending on the call, this will be a three-way go or a two-way go. Again, reading the same guy, just different position, right? In this case would be the will linebacker, first play side, inside linebacker. Again, number one, we're saying when we call this play, if this interior space is available, we're going to take it based on the drop of the linebacker. Again, a lot of times he'll be widening to match. It's drawn up here that he's dropping a little bit deeper. But if he gives me that interior space, I'm going to take it. So my technique is I'm going to motor off the ball to 4 yards, right? And if he gives me this interior space, I'm going to single jab with my outside foot and then speed cut hard inside, right? So the quarterback is going to read my footwork and read my trigger step. If it's with the outside foot, I stick it and go in. He's going to put the ball there. So he's got, we'll talk a little bit about our decision making, right, as we get through it. But he knows if this interior space is available, right, his drop will coincide with me taking it inside off the linebacker's movement. Again, some examples of this. Shout out to Kyle Olby, now the tight ends coach at Ohio University, who put a bunch of these clips up that I've stolen over the years. But basically, if he drops or matches, we'll talk a little bit about man and pressure here in a minute, and I'm given this interior space, I'm going to take it. Right, so I can go in there. Again, nice, easy throw to the quarterback. Again, my technique, I motor off the ball. Some people call it slide release or shuffle release. But basically what I'm doing is I'm giving time for the defense to react, right? And then I make my reaction off what they do, right? Off my movement key or off my defender. Again, same idea here for us in practice, working it to the boundary. There's my movement key. Again, you're going to see motor off the ball and then stick it with my outside foot. He gives me that interior space right here, so I take it. Again, nice and flat, speed cut tempo. We talk a lot about, right, we'll talk about pressure a little bit later, but if we catch this ball in between the hash marks, we want to get north right now, catch, tuck, and turn. Again, want to be vertical, practice breaking tackles. Good job there by Joe with the finish. Again, same thing here. We have our option route tag to the boundary. Again, we can build a bunch of different concepts off it, right? We can run stick to the field. Again, if we're going to option inside with private protection there, if we're running it with 3 strong, we'll probably run some version of slot fade on either side. Right, again, in this case, it's going to be stick to the field, option with a protection release to the boundary. Again, Charlie is going to be reading this guy right here. He gets to the top of his motor. He sticks it. He's going to take that interior space. Yeah, we'll talk at the end about the importance of being decisive, that even if you're wrong, the quarterback can read where you're going. Again, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of clips of the people that we kind of stole the ideas from and learned it from. Right? Some of these are really, really easy. So again, there is my option runner. He's going to motor to 4. This guy gives me the interior space. I speed roll it right in there. Again, your route combo, whether it's hitch and seam or hitch and fade, removes this guy, removes these 3 guys, right? So basically you have a matchup in between the hashes. Yeah, we used to like running the jerk routes a lot more. The only problem with the jerk route is your back is to the defender and it's really hard to read them. Where in this case, you can make a decision, make a full speed decision, get a chance to catch and run afterwards. Again, what's good about these end zone shots, right, is you can really see your movement key for both the quarterback and the guy running the option route here. Sticks it, crosses his face right now. Again, some of these are much easier to read than others. Right, these first couple are pretty clean. Sometimes the guy's going to be in a gray area. We just say make a decision. Stick your foot in the ground so the quarterback knows where you're going. Same idea, 3x1 to the field. We're going to tag the option here. We're going to work the play side inside, motor off the ball. He drops and gives me the interior space. I'll take it. Again, your footwork at the top is important, right? You're going to stick this and then speed rolled in there. The quarterback also declares for the quarterback what direction you're going. Again, with an empty formation, teams dropping out, should be a lot of room to run after the catch. Again, you can really see it here, even with no defender inside, right? There's all my interior space. So once I cross this guy's space, again, I motor, he drops, I take it right in here. Now, again, we'll coach pressure the same way, but tell them to be alert. Most of these, you can see the D&D right here, 3rd and 4. So if you get a mug look or an interior pressure look where everybody's coming, again, we are still looking here to motor and win inside. If we get blitz inside, throw inside. Now, again, we'll talk a little bit later on. If we get the same look and everybody drops out, right, and you've got extra defenders underneath, we're going to read that differently, right? But if you see this look, now again, they're running the option from number 2, but it's the same idea. Motor, stick it so the quarterback knows where I'm going, and then roll it into that vacated spot on the field. And again, it's man coverage, but we're going to answer the interior blitz with an interior throw. Quarterback knows where I'm going because I stick my foot in the ground. The motor backs the defender up so I can get into that interior space. Again, similar look here, right? Probably more of a twist than a pressure, hard to tell, but definitely some kind of man coverage. I motor, stick it. There's my interior space inside. Again, on the same page with the quarterback. Again, a lot of these, right, are in these areas. Syracuse did a great job with this stuff last year. Really good at it empty, really good teaching option routes. But 3rd and 4, right, 3rd and 3 to 6, right, teams are obviously going to play a decent amount of man coverage. They're going to play a decent amount of pressure. Same idea here. 5-man pressure. Nobody in the middle. We're going to motor, stick it, and get blitz inside, throw inside, right? Replace the blitzers. And then once we get in there, again, in this case, whether we get the first down or get close to it, right, or we break that tackle and we have a chance to run a long way. Again, these end zone shots are a good picture to talk to your option runner about what it's going to look like if you get in there, right? So you can see the cross dog here, right, but there's my interior space, right? That's where I can motor, stick it, and get in there. So that's, again, where's the available space? You're reading it. You have the option, right, to work in, out, or sit. But if we get interior pressure, we try to get in there, replace the blitzers, break a tackle, and go.